Today we're going to be dealing with more two-step inequalities, but as you might remember from our equation days and looking at these, we're going to be reversing the order of the steps. In the previous four problems, we had to add or subtract and then multiply or divide. Today's problems, we're going to have to multiply first to clear out the fraction, then add or subtract to finish the problem. Don't know why I'm copying the problem number. Don't need to do that. 1 is less than v minus 1 over 10. Step 1, get rid of the fraction. Multiply both sides by 10. 10 times 1 on the left is 10. We're multiplying by a positive value, so we can keep the less than. And remember, multiplying by 10 and dividing by 10 are opposites, so they just cancel out, leaving the numerator completely alone. Our numerator is v minus 1. Now we add 1 to both sides to get 11 is less than v. As usual, I will spin that whole thing around before I make my graph. Just to make graphing a little easier, make it a little more obvious, v is greater than 11. Open circle at 11, arrow to the right. Number 40, we have negative 3 is greater than or equal to 9 plus n all over negative 2. Our first step is going to be to clear the fraction, multiply both sides by the negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. We did multiply both sides by a negative number. So we do need to flip our inequality symbol at this point into a less than or equal to. Subtract 9 from both sides. Subtraction does not affect the inequality symbol, so 6 minus 9 is negative 3 is less than or equal to n. Again, before I graph, I'm just going to flip that whole thing around to make graphing a little bit less chaotic. N is greater than or equal to negative 3. A filled-in circle at negative 3, and an arrow to the right. As usual, I invite you to pause and try 41 and 42. Step 1 is to multiply both sides by negative 3 to get us negative 7 plus x is less than or equal to negative 18. We multiplied both sides by a negative, so we do need to flip the inequality symbol. Now we're getting rid of a negative 7, so we're going to have to use addition to make that happen. X is less than or equal to negative 11. Negative 11 is right there on our number line. We will fill that circle in because it is an or equal to. Less than is to the left. In number 42, we're going to start by multiplying by 12. That gets us 8 plus x. We maintain the less than. The fact that the 1 is negative does not matter. We're multiplying by positive 12, so we leave the inequality symbol alone. Negative 1 times 12 is negative 12. Now we subtract 8 from both sides to get x is less than negative 20. Negative 20 is right there, and we don't fill it in. We have an arrow to the left.